Everything all right?
Okay, hello everyone. This is me, Muhammad Hamdan Niswala, and I am a student and assistant facilitator at Rehan School, Lahore campus, level 1 student batch 4, and I am currently from Lahore, Pakistan. So, this is my short introduction. Hello, Mahajan. Hello, everybody.
Okay. Wow. That the Maji. Okay, so you just said Maji, which, if I'm reading that right, is Japanese for really
No,
or
not,
seriously.
not Maji. Today,
Okay, this is still
okay, so first of all, today, my first topic is how to write a winning business plan. Step by step guide for beginners 2026.
ah okay. We're back to business plans. That's a good one. Solid business plan is super important, especially when you're just starting out. So, step by step guide for beginners. Where do you want to start with that? What's the first thing you think people get stuck on when trying to put one together?
Okay, first of all, my first question is what is business plan?
Fair enough. Start with the basics, yeah? A business plan is basically a roadmap for your business. It lays out what you want to achieve, how you're going to achieve it, and how you'll make money doing it. Think of it like telling a story, the story of your business. It's not just for getting funding, it's a way to actually clarify your thoughts and see if your idea is viable. It forces you to think through all the angles. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is why is business plan important?
Good question. It's important for a bunch of reasons, honestly. First, it forces you to really think through your idea. Like, is there actually a market for this? Can you realistically make a profit? Then, if you need to get funding, a loan, investors, they're going to want to see a solid plan. It shows them you're serious and have thought things through. Even if you don't need funding right away, it's a great tool for tracking your progress and staying focused. It helps you avoid making costly mistakes down the line. It's kind of like building a house. You don't just start hammering nails, right? You need
Oh,
blueprints first. Yeah? What's on your mind?
yes. Okay, so nice. So my next question is who needs a business plan?
Good question. Pretty much anyone starting a business needs one, honestly. Um, but it's especially crucial for one, startups seeking funding, investors or loans require it. Two, anyone wanting to track their progress and stay focused. Three, businesses looking to expand or pivot, it helps map out the new direction. Even if you're freelancing or running a small side hustle, a simple business plan can be really helpful. It doesn't have to be super formal, just a basic outline to keep you on track. Does that track?
Yes, is it clear? So my next question is hmm, next is what are the main components?
Yes, it is clear. Okay, what are the main, and then finish the thought when you're ready. No rush.
Okay, so this is not a movie and this is a question, so please give me answer.
You are absolutely right to call me out on that. Sorry, got a little carried away with the analogies there. My bad. You're right to keep me on track. Okay, straight to the point. What are the main components of a business plan? Well, generally, you'll want to include an executive summary, company description, market analysis, organization and management, service or product line, marketing and sales strategy, funding requests, and financial projections. Does that sound like a good starting point?
Yes. So very wonderful. So my next question is what is the purpose of planning?
Wonderful. Glad you think so. Okay, purpose of planning. Honestly, it's about reducing risk and increasing your chances of success. When you plan, you're forcing yourself to think through potential problems and come up with solutions before they actually happen. It helps you set realistic goals, allocate resources effectively, and track your progress. It's also about being proactive instead of reactive, so you're shaping your future instead of just letting it happen to you. It's kind of like having a GPS for your business. You know where you're going, and
Okay, nice. So
hmm,
my next question, Next question is what makes a plan successful?
Mm, okay, good question. A successful plan isn't just about having a beautifully formatted document. It's about being realistic, flexible, and consistently reviewed. So, a few things. First, it needs to be well researched. You need to actually understand your market and your competition. Second, it needs to be clear and concise, no jargon or fluff. Third, it needs to be adaptable. Things change, so your plan needs to be able to change with them. And finally, and this is a big one, it needs to be something you actually use. You can't just sit on a cheese cookie. That is an unexpected turn. Is there something you wanted to share about cheese cookies?
Not
Or were you
cheese,
just
not cheese cookies. You okay? So my next question is, what is startup planning?
okay, cool. We're back to the plan. Uh, Startup planning is essentially the process of creating a business plan specifically for a new venture. It's similar to general business planning, but it usually focuses a lot more about proving your concept and getting initial funding. It involves defining your unique value proposition, identifying your target market, and figuring out how to build a minimum viable product, basically the simplest version of your product that you can use to test your idea and get feedback. It's a lot about lean methodology and quick iterations. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, next is, what is long-term planning?
Good question. Long term planning is essentially setting goals and strategies for 3 to 5 years or even longer. It's about where you want your business to be down the line. It involves thinking about things like market trends, technological advancements, and potential competitors. It's not about having every detail figured out because things will inevitably change, but it's about having a general vision for the future and a roadmap for getting there. It's kind of like plotting a course for a ship. You have a destination, but you need to adjust for the winds and currents along the way.
Okay, nice. So my next question is, next is what is short-term planning?
Right. So if long-term planning is the big picture, short-term planning is how you actually get there. It focuses on things you want to achieve in the next few months, maybe a quarter or a year. It involves setting specific measurable goals, breaking them down into smaller tasks, and assigning those tasks to team members. Think marketing campaigns, product launches, or hitting sales targets. It's about the daily and weekly stuff that keeps your business moving forward and ties directly back to your long-term vision. So does that distinction make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, hmm, next is how to start writing a plan.
Okay, good. So you want to actually start writing the thing. All right. First, don't try to write it all at once. Start with the executive summary. That's a brief overview of your whole plan, but you can actually write that last. It's easier to summarize something once it's been written. Then, focus on describing your company and your product or service. What problem are you solving? Who are your customers? After that, dive into the market analysis. Who are your competitors? What are the market trends? Then, get into the nitty gritty of your organization, marketing, and financials. It sounds daunting, but just take it one section at a time. Does that feel less overwhelming?
Okay, nice. So my next question is, next is how to define business idea.
Nice. Okay, defining your business idea, that's huge. It's about more than just having a product or service. It's about identifying a genuine need or problem that you can solve. Start by brainstorming. What are you passionate about? What skills do you have? What problems do you see around you? Then narrow it down. Is there a market for this idea? Is it feasible? Is it profitable? Think about your unique value proposition.
Okay,
Right.
nice.
That's a big garble, but sounds like you're saying it can be tricky to know if an idea is going to work. You're right, it is. It's about testing your assumptions.
Okay, so my next question is what is VN statement?
Okay, VN. Hmm. Are you referring to venture capital, or is that a typo? Could you clarify what you mean by VN?
VN meaning
Okay, just double. You meant VN as in Vietnam's,
not
or are you referring to
not.
something?
Okay, I will repeat my question. My question is what is VN statement?
Give me just a second. Looking that up. Ah, gotcha. A VN statement probably means a vision statement. That's a concise declaration of your long term goals for the business, right? What you hope to achieve in the future. It's less about what you do and more about why you're doing it. Does that fit with what you were asking?
Okay, nice. So my next question is, what is mission statement?
Okay, cool. So you want to talk mission statements? A mission statement is kind of the counterpart to your vision statement. While your vision statement is about the future, your mission statement is about the present. It explains what your business does, who it serves, and how it does it. It's more concrete than a vision statement. Think of it as describing your core purpose, what you do every day. Does that distinction make sense?
This makes sense. So my next question is, hmm, next question is, how to define goals.
Okay, glad that makes sense. How to define goals. Good one. A really helpful framework for this is the SMART method. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So instead of saying, I want to increase sales, you'd say, I want to increase sales by 10% in the next quarter by implementing a new social media marketing campaign. See how much more focused that is. Break down big goals into smaller, actionable steps and make sure you have a way to track your progress. Does that sound good? Stop. How much?
Okay,
What?
nice. So my
Are you asking how much something?
okay, so my next question is, what is core value?
Okay, good question. Core values are the fundamental beliefs that guide your business decisions and define your company culture. They're the things you stand for, the principles that are non negotiable. Think honesty, integrity, innovation, customer focus, whatever is most important to you. They're not just words on a wall, they should be reflected in everything you do, from how you treat your employees to how you interact with your customers. It's kind of like your business's personality. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, how to choose business type.
Okay, choosing a business type. Yeah, there are a lot of options. A few of the main ones are sole proprietorship, partnership, limited liability company or LLC, and corporation. Sole proprietorship is the simplest, it's just you. Partnership is for two or more people. An LLC offers some legal protection separating your personal assets from your business debts. And a corporation is the most complex, offering the most protection, but also the most paperwork. The best choice for you depends on your risk tolerance, how much capital you need, and your long term goals. It's a good idea to consult with a legal professional to figure out what's right for your situation. Does that give you a basic overview? Whoa, okay.
Okay, so my next question is, okay, so next question is, what is niche market?
Okay, so a niche market. A niche market is a specific, well defined segment of a larger market. It's about focusing on a smaller group of people with very specific needs or interests. For example, instead of targeting all women, you might target vegan women over 50 who love yoga. By focusing on a niche, you can tailor your marketing, products, and services to a specific audience and become an expert in that area. It's easier to stand out when you're not trying to appeal to everyone. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, what is problem solving idea?
All right, a problem solving idea. That's where the really good businesses come from. Honestly, it's about identifying a pain point that people have, a problem they're facing, and then creating a product or service that solves that problem. It could be something small, like a better way to organize your desk, or something big, like a new technology that revolutionizes the industry. To come up with these ideas, pay attention to your own frustrations, listen to what people around you are complaining about, and look for gaps in the market. It's about finding a need and filling it. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. Does that track?
Yes. So my next question is, how to refine idea.
Okay, how to refine an idea. Good. You've got a spark or something, now what? First, get feedback. Talk to potential customers and ask them what they think of your idea. Be open to criticism, even if it stings. Then, research your competition. What are they doing well? What are they doing poorly? How can you do it better? Next, test your assumptions. Don't just assume people will buy your product. Run some small experiments to see if there's actual demand. You know, and finally, be willing to be willing to iterate. Don't be afraid to tweak your idea based on what you learn. It's rare to get it right on the first try. It's all about continuous improvement.
Okay, so very wonderful. So my next question is, what is market research?
Wonderful that you think so. Okay, market research. That's crucial. Basically, market research is the process of gathering information about your target market, your competitors, and your industry. Helps you understand your customers' needs, preferences, and behaviors. There are a lot of different ways to do it. You can conduct surveys, interviews, focus groups, analyze online data, or even just observe people in your target market. The goal is to get as much information as possible so you can make informed decisions about your business. It's like being a detective, uncovering clues about what your customers really want. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, what, uh, how to analyze market?
Okay, good. So you got the data. Now, how do you actually analyze it? A few key things. First, look for trends. What patterns are emerging? What are people saying? And then segment your market. Divide your target audience into smaller groups based on their characteristics and needs. Identify your competitors. Who are they? What are their strengths and weaknesses? And finally, assess the market size. How many potential customers are there? How much money are they spending? There are tools you can use to help with this, like Google Trends, SEMrush, and social media analytics. It's about turning raw data into actionable insights.
Okay, so my next question is, what is target audience?
Okay, target audience. That's a big one. Your target audience is the specific group of people you want to reach with your marketing. It's not everyone, it's the people who are most likely to buy your product or service. To define your target audience, you need to consider things like demographics, age, gender, location, income, as well as psychographics, their interests, values, lifestyle, and behaviors. The more specific you can be, the better. It's like aiming at a bullseye instead of just throwing darts at a wall. Does that make sense?
Just makes sense. So my next question is, what is customer personal?
Great. Glad that clicked. Okay, what is a customer? That's fundamental. Customer is someone who purchases or uses your product or service. Seems obvious, right? But it's worth thinking a little deeper. A good business doesn't just see customers as transactions, they see them as people with needs and desires. Building strong relationships with your customers is key to long term success. It's about providing them with value, exceeding their expectations, and making them feel appreciated. It's way easier to keep an existing customer than to find a new one. Does that sound right?
Yes, right. So my next question is, what is demand person?
Okay, that's a bit fragmented. Sounds like you were saying something about wanting to see someone and then shifted to a question about demand person. Oh, I'm thinking you meant demand in the context of I'm here, baby.
So this is my question. Do not confuse and give me answer.
All right, I understand. Straight to no confusion. Ask your question whenever you're ready. I'm listening.
Okay, I will ask my question and repeat my question again. My question is, what is demand analyze?
Okay, excellent. Repeating it ensures we're on the same page. Demand analysis is the process of determining how much of a product or service people want and are willing to pay for. It helps you understand the potential size of your market and whether your business idea is viable. You can analyze demand by looking at things like past sales data, market trends, competitor analysis, and conducting surveys or focus groups. It's about figuring out if there's actually a need for what you're offering and how much people are willing to spend on it. Does that make sense?
This makes sense. So my next question is, what is competitor analyzer?
Okay, competitor analysis. Great question. It's the process of identifying your competitors and evaluating their strengths and weaknesses helps you understand what they're doing well, where they're falling short, and how you can differentiate your business. You can analyze your competitors by looking at their products, pricing, marketing strategies, customer reviews, and online presence. Tools like SEMrush and Ahrefs can also be helpful for this. Yeah. It's not about copying your competitors, it's about learning from them and finding ways to beat them.
Okay, so very wonderful. So my next question is, what is identify competitors?
Wonderful. Glad you're keeping up. Okay, so identifying competitors, there are two main types, direct and indirect. Direct competitors are businesses that offer the same or similar products or services as you. For example, if you're selling coffee, other coffee shops are your direct competitors. Indirect competitors are businesses that offer different products or services that satisfy the same need. For example, if you're selling coffee, tea shops or energy drink companies might be indirect competitors. To identify them, you can do a Google search, check industry directories, and ask potential customers who else they're considering. It's about being aware of everyone who's vying for your customers' attention.
Okay, nice. So my next question is, what is market gap?
Okay, a market gap. A market gap is an unmet need or opportunity in the marketplace. It's where your business can step in and offer something that no one else is providing or providing better. Identifying a market gap requires research and observation. Look for problems that people are facing, underserved segments of the market, or areas where existing solutions are lacking. It's finding a hole in the market and filling it. That's often where successful businesses are born. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So my next question is, how to collect data?
Okay, good. Collecting data! There are a ton of ways. You can do primary research. That's collecting data directly from your target audience. That means things like surveys, interviews, focus groups, and even just observing people. Then there's secondary research. That's using existing data that's already been collected. Think industry reports, government statistics, competitor websites, social media analytics. Online tools like Google Analytics are great for this. The key is to get a mix of both and to make sure your data is reliable and relevant. It's all about uncovering insights that will inform your business decisions.
Okay, nice. So my next question is, next is, what is business model?
Okay, a business model. That's a big one. A business model is essentially how your company creates, delivers, and captures value. It's the blueprint for how you'll make money. It outlines things like your target market, your value proposition, what makes your business unique, your revenue streams, your cost structure, and your key resources. There are lots of different business models like subscription, freemium, e commerce, advertising, and so on. The best model for you will depend on your specific business and your target market. Does that make sense?
Just makes sense. So my next question is, next is, what is revenue model?
Yeah, good. Revenue model. So while the business model is the overall plan, the revenue model specifically focuses on how you'll generate income. Some common revenue models include direct sales, subscriptions, advertising, freemium, affiliate marketing, licensing, and transaction fees. You need to figure out which one or combination of ones will work best for your business and your target audience. It's about how you turn your product or service into actual money. Make sense?
Yes, makes sense. So very wonderful, Miles, and very best conversation.
That's awesome to hear. I'm glad you're finding it helpful and you're doing great. So, do you want to keep going with the business plan stuff or switch gears and talk about something else?
Okay, nice. So thank you everyone for watching my AI session with Miles. So if you enjoy, so you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to
Perfect.
watch
That's a
like
great way.
this content with Miles English conversation and very motivational conversation, so you can subscribe and click on notifications so you can receive all my live videos and other uploading on YouTube.
Excellent. Sounds like you're building a great community there. It's cool you're mixing education with emotional connection. That's something audiences really respond to. Are you planning to wrap up the stream there?
Okay, I will end my stream. So thank you everyone and thank you Miles. Allah Hafiz.
Oh, all right. Have a good one.